Episode 7 of Million Dollar Secret finally gave us some big game moves and more insight into who the players are. Let's get into it. Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Million Dollar Secret Season 2, Episode 7. So if you haven't seen it yet and you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on Episode 7, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation, and give this video a like and a hype before you go. And I just want to double clarify for this particular video, do not spoil the finale. I don't want to have to block you. Come on. Don't spoil the finale. Don't be that person. This is episodic for a reason, okay? Keep it cute. As suspected, they duped us with that preview, and Kevin is in fact not the one who gets the money, because that's how they made it seem when we got the preview on episode 6. Kaleb gets the money back for the second time in the game. You know what? I'm okay with that for now.
I live in an old farmhouse built in the 60s by my grandparents with no central heat and air. I live on a farm that 100 years of my family have worked hard to just keep it going year after year.
And yes, I peeped that he said his family has had this farm for 100 years, and we know the implication, but they could have been poor white people. We don't know. Now, everyone who's been fighting me in the comment section of my last 2 videos, to the front of the class, please. Tell me how you feel about the fact that Kaleb can't provide central heat and air for his family on their farm. I mean, he already starting off good because he has a farm, but just tell me how you feel about the fact that they be burning and freezing during the summer and the winter. Do you still think that someone who's already a millionaire should be playing against him and taking that money away from him? What about Kat, who wants her dad to be able to retire?
This money would change my life. I really want to help my dad retire. He beat cancer a few years ago. He's still working to pay the bills for my family.
Should Elon Musk sign up and play against her? Or what about Kevin, who also wants his parents to be able to retire?
I am fighting for my family just like you. They owe over $100,000 in their house. They are ready to retire, and they are not able to do that.
Should we get Oprah on the line? Call her up right now and have her play against him because everyone's allowed to play? Or does that sound stupid? You can be honest. If you think that Oprah and Elon Musk should be playing against these people whose parents literally cannot afford to retire, you let me know. Live your life off the wall. So yes, Kaleb gets the money again, and this is his agenda.
You must high-five 2 guests in the estate and miss.
If he completes it, he gets a kill shot. If he doesn't complete it, he gets 2 votes against him at the elimination dinner. Now, when Peter is telling him that he has to miss these high fives, they over here adding all this dramatic music behind it, acting like it's the biggest deal ever. And I'm like, it's just missing a high five. Like, y'all putting 20 on 10. Y'all making it seem like he got to do something extravagant. And then Kaleb is like, oh, well, you know, I have to play this really well and I have to stay under the radar. And I'm thinking to myself, do you remember what happened the last time you had to do an agenda item? You could not have been further away from being under the radar. I didn't know if he was going to be able to pull it off. I'm not going to lie. I know I just said they were putting 20 on 10 and it's not necessarily a complicated agenda item, which I don't think it is. However, at this point in time in the game, everybody is on high alert. Daisy was definitely ready to find the millionaire. In fact, she said she was as hot as nails.
This mama is coming out hot as freaking nails.
I personally never heard that phrase before, but I'm gonna stick beside her. We are also at the point in the game where they start openly talking about that paranoia that I've mentioned a few different times.
I'm scared to even rub my nose now, you know?
I know. I just got strangled on my tea and tried not to cough.
See? It's that kind of stuff now.
And you know what? I think that's good. Everything's out on the table. Everyone is very upfront about the fact that, hey, I'm watching every single thing you do, and vice versa. And they put all of that out in the open right before we go to this challenge. Now, the group challenge this episode is a game of croquet, or killer croquet, as Peter calls it. And as an American, British people, please don't beat me up, but as an American, I never really understood croquet. My first depiction of croquet was in the 1999 straight to TV 1999 straight to TV live action of Alice in Wonderland.
Do you play croquet?
Who, me?
Yes, you!
They played a game of croquet. They played it with, what are those things called? Like pelicans? No. A pelican is a white bird. Peacock? No. Bitch, what is the name of this bird? Oh my, what is the name of this pink? It's a pink bird. Siri, what's the name of the large pink bird? Flamingo. Bitch, I don't need you. I didn't need you. I figured it out. Flamingo. I know stuff. They played it with these flamingos, and it was such a nonsensical scene. I mean, it's a kids movie, but it was such a nonsensical scene that the only version of croquet that I have in my mind is the 1999 straight to TV live action Alice in Wonderland version of it. And so I never really knew what it was. I thought it was just like a silly game. But it turns out that it's basically just British golf. And so the remaining players dress up like they're going to a 1950 job interview and they play British golf. Now, before the game starts, Daisy lets us know, hey, it's a few of us left, but 4 of us are a part of the cool club.
Let me explain the cool club, okay? We've got Kaleb, Lauren, me, and Kat. Those are the people I trust in this house.
And what do you know? Those are the exact people that Kaleb chooses to try the agenda on. So much for trusting people, I guess. The first person that he chooses to miss the high five with is Lauren. And not only does Lauren notice that he missed the high five, but she announces it to the entire rest of the group.
Oh, that was cold. He fake high-fived me.
I didn't.
Yeah, you held your hand out and took it away.
I know I said that the agenda was quite easy, but you know what makes it harder? When someone notices that you do it and then they tell everybody else that you did it. So now everybody's on alert that you just did something. Even though she didn't necessarily think it was an agenda item, she called it out. So the chances of him doing it again and getting caught were very high. Not high enough though, because he does it to Daisy and Daisy doesn't notice.
It could be worth
Daisy puts her hand out, and I took my chance.
I'm trying to think if there was a way for that have actually gone the other way. Because you know how sometimes they cut things in reverse. So maybe he did it to Daisy first and that's why. I don't know. That's me thinking a little deep. Like maybe Daisy was the first person he did it with. So there wouldn't have been a call out and the call out was only on the second half. And so maybe that's why she didn't connect the dots. That's a possibility, but I don't know. I'll take another look at it when I'm editing and then I'll let y'all know. If it in fact happened the way that it's been presented to us, which is that he did it to Lauren first and did it to Daisy second, then Daisy just wasn't paying attention. And I was also wondering if Lauren was gonna call him out later in the game, because when he missed the high five with Daisy, Lauren was looking in his direction, but she may have just been looking at Kat, who was standing in his direction, so maybe she didn't see it. They also did it kind of low, so maybe she just didn't notice it. Either way, he completes that agenda easy as pie. Round 1 is played as normal. Kevin, Daisy, Kat, and Nick advance to the second round, knocking out Kaleb, our millionaire, as well as Lauren. I do like the advantages that they got in the second round of the game. I thought that was a nice little added, kind of hill to get over or challenge to get through. Daisy receives a send the ball back advantage, and she uses it to send Kevin back 1 space. Nick uses his advantage in round 2 as well, and his advantage is literally a mini wall that he proceeds to use to block Daisy from hitting her ball straight, so she has to hit the ball around the wall. A literal physical wall. It's kind of funny. She was already not doing well, so it works, and she gets knocked out of round 2, so the people in the final round are Nick, Kevin, and Kat. Now, going into the final round, Nick and Kat decide that they're going to do an ad hoc alliance. And they basically say, look, neither one of us wants Nick to be in that trophy room, because I guess all of a sudden they want to look at him as the bad guy now, even though y'all had 2 other times to get this man out. But I'm not going to go over it again. Now all of a sudden they don't want him in a trophy room. Okay, whatever. So they make this ad hoc alliance. They decide we're gonna do whatever we can to make sure Nick gets out in that final round, and the 2 people who go into the trophy room is us, and then once we get there we'll battle it out for who gets the clue. That's their alliance. They decide on that. They stick to it. It works out well for them. Kat's advantage is that she gets these mini wickets instead of the standard size ones, and so she uses those against Nick, and so he has to put his ball through those for the remainder of the game instead of the regular size ones, which of course makes the shot harder. But in what I think is the biggest advantage in this challenge, and also the biggest play in this challenge, Kevin uses his advantage during Nick's pretty much his last shot in the game. And Kevin's advantage is the ball blaster. And it's exactly what it sounds, well, maybe not exactly, maybe it's not exactly what it sounds like, but it's exactly what it sounds like. He gets to blast Nick's ball wherever he wants to. And of course, he's gonna choose to make it as far away from the final wicket as he can. And he does that, thus making it basically impossible for Nick to catch up to Kat and Kevin. And so, just as planned, they are the ones who make it into the trophy room. He wasn't gonna win after that. It was a very strategic play on both of their parts, and I like that they did that. I also was waiting for Kat to tell us that she plays croquet on weekends or something, because she was pretty much bodying all of them the entire challenge, and so I feel like she plays or has played, or maybe she plays golf, I don't know. Now, like I briefly mentioned a second ago, once they get to the trophy room, neither one of them wants to let the other person be the one who actually gets the clue from Peter, because even though multiple people make it to the trophy room, only one person gets the clue. And since there's only 2 of them now, they can basically sit there and argue all day. I want to go, no, I want to go, no, I want to go. And so in what is probably one of very few things we can say in this show during this season that wasn't production led. They go the old-fashioned way and they flip a coin, heads or tails. Kat was the first one to make it to the trophy room, and so she gets dibs on heads or tails. She says heads, it's heads, she wins, she gets the clue. This is the clue.
The millionaire owned a clothing store and loves fashion.
It's important to keep in mind that this entire episode, Kat has been thinking that Daisy was the millionaire. And the reason that she thinks Daisy is the millionaire is because during the game of croquet, Daisy was talking about her bows. I've noticed Daisy wearing bows throughout the show. She typically wears them to the elimination dinner. I've seen her wear a white one. I think I've seen her wear a green one. And so she was talking to Kat about the fact that, like, yeah, I have all these other bows. Let me know if you want to wear one for the elimination dinner tonight.
Do you know what you're going to wear tomorrow? Because I have ribbons. Sorry. White, pink, red, and blue. So okay. Like a navy blue. Okay. You need a ribbon.
I would love one.
And Daisy makes the mistake of mentioning the color of the bows 2 times. And now Kat's like, well, why would she say it twice? And of course, that was an agenda item for her to say the colors twice. And so this entire episode, she's been running with the fact that she thought Daisy was the millionaire. And I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, she knew it was her. So when she hears this clue, she immediately starts thinking, her brain starts doing, what's the little I saw. She started doing all this, and she's like, fashion? Daisy's always talking about fashion. She was just talking to me about these bows earlier in the day. Of course it's her, and it just solidifies the fact that Daisy is the millionaire. Again, it's the unfortunate thing about this game. The dots just connected too perfectly. Whole time, Kaleb told us earlier that him and his wife used to own a store.
My wife and I owned a women's clothing store, and I absolutely love fashion.
I mean, it's just completely opposite of what she thought. I do have a love-hate relationship with the fact that this is the second to last episode and we're just now starting to see some real gameplay. For the first time in this entire season, someone actually decides to lie about the clue. And I don't understand why that hasn't been done this entire time. Not only does the person who gets the clue not have to tell the rest of the group what the clue was, they also can flat out lie about what the clue was. So I could walk in there, Peter could tell me something, I could come out and I could be like, I'm not telling y'all, ever. I'm keeping it to myself. You can do that as the person who gets the clue. You also have the ability to walk in there, get the clue from Peter and say, I don't want to share that, and then make up something. Why has no one this entire season done that? They all been being too honest, and that's why all they asses ain't in this game no more. But for some reason right now, I guess their gameplay is kicking in. Kevin and Kat decide, we don't really want them to know about this clue. So they come up with a fake one. Very convoluted, might I add. But I'm sitting here like, Kevin must be a copywriter, because the way that he was wordsmithing this clue, I was like, this man writes for a living.
When wishing for a stroke of luck, most people focus on the winners and the losers.
Clearly he's a writer. They over here practicing like they getting ready to go audition for the school play.
There's winners and losers. Don't forget the ones that fell short.
It ends up working out though, because Kevin does have to repeat this clue several different times, and so it's good that they solidify what it was. And then Kat takes it a step further and betters her own game. Because she thinks Daisy is the millionaire, but Daisy thinks that they're besties, of course she ends up having a conversation with Daisy after the trophy room. And while she's talking to Daisy, she admits to Daisy, hey, that clue is a lie. But she also adds an extra spin to it.
It's not true. There wasn't a clue. So you made that clue up. I didn't make it up. Kevin did. He knows now that I'm immune. Did you get immunity by going in the trophy room?
Throwing Kevin under the bus and faking immunity is such a power play. It was like, you know, strawberry dipped in whipped cream in the summertime. Like, it was just so delicious. It was amazing. I love seeing it play out. It reminds me about how in Survivor, they have these things, if you don't watch, they have these things called immunity idols. They'll have these little idols that represent where they are. And in some of the newer seasons of Survivor, they'll hide immunity idols and they'll be like, whoever finds it first, that's who gets it. But there have been some seasons where people have made fake immunity idols and they'll be like, I found something, and they like hold on to it. And it's just nice to watch that play out because it's so manipulative and it's how you survive in the game. Because no one wants to waste a vote on you if they know that you have immunity anyway. So tricking people into thinking you have immunity is a way to go if you can make it happen. And because Kat thought that Daisy was the millionaire and had a kill shot because she thought she completed the agenda, she wanted to make sure that that kill shot wouldn't be used on her. So she told Daisy, I have immunity. So, you know, Daisy, if she were the millionaire, was not going to use the kill shot on her because it would have been a waste. And unfortunately, Daisy fell for it hook, line, and sinker. But things do get a little shaky at the dinner, I can't lie, and I love watching that play out too. Kat does pretty much convince everybody that Daisy is the millionaire. She even gets her dear friend Lauren to turn on Daisy. She gets eliminated, she opens her box, and in her box is empty. And all hell broke loose from then on. It was really refreshing to watch. I enjoyed it. I like it, Picasso. I'm bringing that back. We're gonna start using that again. Daisy did not leave quietly. She did not take the high road. She did not become the bigger person. And I love her for that. She made them tell her to her face that they voted for her. She looked at Lauren. She said, did you vote for me? Lauren said, yeah. She said, bitch, I never lied to you, so pause on you. Kat, did you vote for me? Kat said, I thought you was the millionaire. And she was like, okay, say less.
The clue was a lie. They made it up. She went in the room. There was no clue. She got immunity. Kat has immunity.
And before Kevin actually gets to chime in and say, hey, I don't think she got immunity, or tell them what the actual clue was, he gets taken out by Kaleb's kill shot and he decides to leave on a nice note. And so the house is left in shambles, but mostly Kat is left in shambles, and she's gonna have to do a lot of work to make herself not look like the millionaire. The only thing that's saving her is the fact that Kevin didn't redeem himself on his way out. Because as it stands, it looks like he's the one who decided to fake the clue. But I do have a feeling that that's going to unravel, because once people start connecting the dots, it's not going to make sense. If you were the one who got immunity, meaning you were the one who went in to get the clue, why would Kevin agree to lie about the clue? Like, how would that benefit him? The only way I can see something like that benefiting Kevin is if you're the millionaire. You told him you would protect him from the kill shot. That's the only way Kevin would have made any type of alliance with you, is if you told him he was safe. And the only way you'd be able to guarantee his safety is if you were the millionaire. The millionaire got immunity. You see what I mean? That's how I would start connecting this. So she might not be safe for too long. On top of the fact that if she was the millionaire, and that is why Kevin made the agreement with her, then that means she flipped on him and used the kill shot against him anyway. So yeah, she's looking very guilty. Kaleb is in a great spot right now. And I'm gonna be honest, this is all I've been asking for. This is the gameplay that I want. This is what I wish Umeko would have done at any point in time, either on her way out or before. I wish she would have announced to the entire table, hey, Kat kept Kaleb in this game knowing that he was the millionaire. This is why she did it. Especially on her way out, because on my way out, I have no loyalty to you. My game is over. So why wouldn't I destroy your game on my way out? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all too nice. Y'all need to get some cutthroat players in this game. At this point, it actually looks like Kaleb might have a good chance of winning this. No eyes are on him right now. Kat is looking very guilty. But you never really know with this game, because everything can shift and move so fast, and these clues taking people out left and right. So we just don't know. As always, cannot wait to hear your thoughts about it in the comments below. Do not spoil anything about the finale below. Don't do it. I will be back soon to talk about the finale episode. And until then, I'll see y'all later. Bye. All right, let's do a mic check. Excellent. Should Elon Musk shine up? Should Elon Musk shine?
The greater flamingo, also known as...
Is easy as pie a phrase?
Yes, as easy as pie is a popular colloquial idiom.
I don't know what that means, because I bake pies. I do apple pie. I do sweet potato, no pumpkin. My family's from the South. I'm from the West, but my family's from the South. I'm an LA black, as they like to call us. So I have Southern roots. But pie's not easy. Pie takes actually quite a long time to make. So I don't know what the hell that means, but whoever came up with that must have been buying their pies from the grocery store. Do y'all know that I only drink sparkling water? I have a water sparkler in my kitchen, like an actual carbonation machine. But anyway, ooh, that beat drop, hey.